So, good morning. It is, what's today? Is it Wednesday?
Today is our 2-week anniversary of being on the road.
2-week anniversary of being on the road, and we're going to celebrate it by
doing a
15-mile hike. Which is interesting because we did a 7-mile hike yesterday. No, not even. Just seven.
It was 7.
7-mile hike yesterday, and we were so tired last night that we could barely set up camp. We barely made fire long enough to eat some refried beans.
Refried beans with cheese
and salsa
on really old corn tortillas.
And then we kind of stumbled half asleep into the back of the car, got some sleep, and now this morning we're going to recuperate from that by hiking another 15 miles. So it's pretty out. There's no rain in the forecast, but
it's so cloudy. We can't even see the mountains.
We're like driving through clouds right now, and it's kind of spooky and weird, but cool.
For a while, we just saw the top tips. Well, that's what tips are. The tips of the mountains, and now they're completely obstructed by this mist.
Fog. But the good news is, I mean, that's all good news, I guess. But the good news is, we're clean. We showered, and we got to shower yesterday, and so now we get to start accumulating a new layer of sweat and grime and stuff. So yeah, so it's all good news. So this is Cascade Canyon. We're heading towards Lake Solitude. It was 47 degrees when we left camp this morning. It was probably 50 when we finally got to the trailhead, and now it's like 294 degrees. All right, it might be a little exaggeration, but it's just beautiful here. It's like the second most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So it's lunchtime, 4.5 miles into the Cascade Canyon.
Felt like 7.
Felt like 7. 2.5 more to go to Solitude Lake. Going to feel like 9. But it's time for lunch. So we're snacking up here at this gorgeous waterfall at the North Fork.
I think we have a lot of video of me eating.
Well, you got to keep your strength up. You can't do all this hiking without.
Well, I think a lot of it is us when we have a break.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to videotape while you're walking up a rocky trail. It's hard enough actually even just to walk up a rocky trail and look up around you at the peaks of the glaciers, and they're beautiful, but every time I look up, I trip over something. It's very treacherous. So this is when we get to film, when we get to talk, when we get to eat. What's on the menu for today?
PB&J.
PB&J.
Ginger cookies.
Garden herb Triscuits.
Carrots, celery, cucumber. Egg. I had a hard-boiled egg.
Hard-boiled egg. It's a feast. And chomps. Yeah, the chomps are a staple. And altitude. Yeah.
Sucking air.
Definitely sucking air. My legs are heavy. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it.
Even better.
And we have to make the last boat by 7 o'clock. So no more stopping.
When I was a cool kid. Hey.
So sadly, we're not going to make it to Lake Solitude. Time is kind of the enemy here. Is the last boat back across Jenny Lake is at 7 o'clock, and if we don't make that boat, we walk an extra 2.5 miles to the car. So we're turning around here, but pretty spectacular place. Oh, my bag is.
Thank you.
I was blocking the path with my backpack.
All the cameras come out when the horses are on the trail.
It's the.
There are many horses on the trail today. No. Hi.
This is the most wildlife we've seen today so far. We were so close. We were on the boat, and then the lightning struck, and they made us get off the boat. And now we have to stand here in the rain for 15 minutes before we can get on the boat and go back to our car. I'm wet. I'm cold. I'm tired.
Me too.
I want to go home.